Hey guys, welcome back to the Pistonhead podcast. On this week's episode, well, let's just say if you've got young children listening, it may not be the best one. We've got two drifting buddies of mine, Fred and Shawn, both Quebec-based drifters, I guess. I think Shawn is. I don't know. They both have an accent. Shawn a little bit, Fred a lot. We talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about crash cars, what we're doing. They give me shit about my janky ass fuel system, and we talk about the Aaron Lousy video. Lousy. Anyways, we talk about that video about when he came to Canada and how they're going to rectify it. So make sure to listen to this one. And once again, definitely a lot of expletives in it. All right. Thanks, Fred. Thanks for flipping me off. That's a great way to start things off, buddy. Really appreciate that.
My pleasure.
Is there not a French way to give someone the finger?
If it's a French what?
Is there a French way to flip somebody off? Like most
no.
places in the world, that's it. But like
Universal language.
it's it. This is the same in every language.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I don't live in a different country, man. I live in Ontario now.
Well, depends on who you talk to. There's a very specific political party that would like it if you lived in a different country. Oh, I guess you are in Ontario now, though.
Yeah, I am.
But I just mean like the motherland, like the homeland. Oh, man. Okay, what we should talk about is how much money is it going to cost for you to shave off the mustache?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Seriously, I wanted it for the whole summer, but my girlfriend is not too down with that.
Wait, whoa. Let's back up here a second. Girlfriend?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Is this confirmed?
No, is it confirmed on Facebook yet?
No.
Then you have your answer.
Oh, okay. So it's not a girlfriend. It's just a girl that doesn't enjoy mustache rides. Got it. I just figured since you're done filming that, I figured since you're done filming that Freddie Mercury movie now that you should probably take it off. But
we'll see.
I'm trying to think of other great. Is there any other great mustaches in drifting?
Corey has one.
Corey does have a great mustache.
Yeah.
Riley's doesn't count because it's into a beard.
No.
I guess that leaves out Danny George as well. I don't know. I don't think there's many mustaches in drifting. It's
so
no.
I should keep it.
Let me just look at my wall here. Fresh cut.
Are you staring at pictures? Do you have? Most people have half naked women on their walls, Shawn, and you've got like Frederick Osbo and stuff.
Naked man next to drift cars.
That's all right. At least it's just cars and not dudes standing next to cars. But hey, I'm not judging, but you know, this is a bad place to come out. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm dead. Definitely no.
It's a secret place in the basement.
Oh, gross. Yeah.
No, but for the mustache, Jacob, I'm not keeping it.
Oh, all right. You should do a video on just shaving off the mustache then.
No, I'll skip that.
Just one day you'll have it. It's like make sure you're done filming whatever series it is, because there'd be nothing weirder than like halfway through a video it's just you without a mustache and then you back to a mustache. Continuity error.
I mean. Fred.
So how was Shannonville this weekend?
It was good. Saturday was a shit show because of the rain, and then the drift chicken did not want to cooperate. I had two major issues. We put in Amazon, like from Amazon.ca e-brake, and they're terrible, as you would expect they would be. And the check valve in it, I guess, got put in backwards or something, because I would hold the e-brake and then let go, and then my brakes wouldn't. So I smoked off a set of pads in like 3 laps.
Oh, and locked the caliper, I thought.
And I cooked the caliper, I'm pretty sure, because we can't get it to retract now. So that's
what you get when you want it cheap off.
I know. I got what I paid for. And then what else happened? Oh, so here's one for you. I'll see if you guys can figure out the diagnosis on this one. I would go out, I would do a set of runs, and the car would be fine. No issues, no smoking, nothing crazy. I would then come back into the pits And after like driving into the pits, just as I was about to back into my pit area, this turbo would start smoking so bad that like the car would disappear. And then if I let the car cool down, it would then be fine. And then it would do it again if the car got hot again.
Do you have any oil residue on the hot side of the turbo or on the exhaust or something?
Just on the hot side, nothing on the cold side, nothing on the intake.
I do not know.
So
that's really weird, man.
What this ended up being that I have figured out, and actually a friend of mine who's really, really good with these engines figured out. So the aftermarket pressure control valve in them is metal. And what happens is they heat up and they expand, and then they stop working properly and they cause too much crankcase pressure. But once they cool down, they start moving again. Whereas the OEM ones were plastic, so they don't seize up the same way. And that's all that it was, is that this little PCV would heat up, and then once it was pressurized, it would basically be super hot because it was super hot oil and air running through it, that it would then seize in place. And then as I came down in RPMs, there'd be so much crankcase pressure that it was firing oil through the turbo faster than it could drain, because it was putting positive crankcase, so it couldn't drain the oil out properly. And that's all that was. Yeah, super dumb. It took me all day. Well, I didn't even figure it out. You had to figure it out on Sunday. But
I guess that's a Ford problem.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a 1988. What do you want? I'm pretty sure it's older than at least me. I'm. How old are you, Fred? The mustache is really hard to.
33.
Are you 33?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you're older than my car.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume Shawn's
that's
the same age.
not really an old car, though. It's not an old car at all.
Is that because Shawn's older than 33?
I was born in 88.
Oh, okay. So you're 29. No, 30.
Yeah.
You're 30.
Not yet.
Yes. No. Yeah, you're right. My math sucks. But
so Sunday was good, right?
Sunday was excellent. It turns out that car needs 4,000 RPM before it's really into boost, which kind of sucks. So I got to play around with that and see if I can get the RPMs to get it to spool at lower RPM. So thinking just like header wrap and a turbo blanket, and that should help. But at 4,000 RPM, it hits like 20 pounds of boost and just takes off. And it's fucking excellent. So before I figured that out, like I was clutch kicking the shit out of it in corners to keep the RPMs up. And then finally I just realized, like, for a lot of the shorter corners, I just have to left foot brake it, which is kind of a pain in the ass the way the pedals are set up. But if I can get it to go to like 3,500 RPM, I'm more than fine with the way it is. So yeah, I ended up going through 3 or 4 sets of tires in like 6 hours worth of drifting. So it was pretty good after that.
But since you have the 8.8 differential on this,
yeah.
Well, you have a lot of gear ratios choices, so try to find a shorter one. It will help a lot.
That, you know what, that's not a bad idea. I was thinking about that. It's just like, do I want to get into that much work of pulling the axles out and pulling out the diff and then checking the lash on it? And it's like,
just find another one that can you pull and just bolt it on.
Yeah, maybe. I just don't know what the price is going to be.
Oh, cheap.
Yeah, they're cheap.
For the whole, but would I not need the whole rear end like from an 88 turbo coupe in order for it to work? I guess I could just bolt on the axle tubes.
You just need the carrier, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's a 8.8, then you can definitely just get the gear, the ring and pinion.
Oh, I guess, yeah, that's a good point.
What gear were you drifting?
Mostly third. So
that's not that bad, actually.
Yeah, so at Shannonville, so if we're counting right off the wall, that first big sweeping right as one, corner 1, 2, 3, and 4, I was doing in third gear. The only downside is like to get into corner 2, you have to slow down a fair bit. So without the e-brake, it was kind of tough. So I'd have to like feint in at full throttle and then like clutch kick like crazy, and then kind of manji between corner 2 and 3, and then run the straightaway. And then corner 4 wasn't an issue. And then when I get into like the S's, that would be all second gear, but it was fine in second gear. Like I could get enough RPMs up. Like I was basically banging it off the rev limiter the whole time.
But can't you just drop a gear for turn 2 and 3, then power shift it to third?
It kind of falls on its face a little bit. Like I probably could. It doesn't quite make enough boost at that point. And then I don't know. I could try it. I didn't try it. So I just
Yeah,
need.
but the way I see it, you're like stuck between two gears.
Yeah, at this point I am. I
It's
also
like the second one is too short and third is too long.
Yeah, it could also be that I just need like
Sorry.
a faster entry speed. I just need to grow bigger balls and just like. Well, that's what I was thinking. Is like, look, if I come down that straightaway and just e-brake entry super early while having my foot on the gas, just like revving the shit out of it, and then as soon as I come out of it, just dump the clutch and then I should be in boost. So basically, like two-step it as I'm coming down in an e-brake, and then just dump it, and I should be all right. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, another thing you can try as well.
That's the way to do it.
you say you flick it full throttle. You say you flick it full throttle. Well, do your flick. All right, go full throttle, press the clutch, rev it. But with the inertia, you're going to be swinging the other way. And as soon as your nose hits the apex of turn 2, just dump the clutch and go full throttle. You'll be fine.
Yeah,
you just need to keep the revs up. That's it.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I think with a turbo blanket or like a turbo blanket and maybe some header wrap on it, like that might give me 250. I'm hoping 500 RPM, but I highly doubt it. But I would think I could get 250 RPM sooner on boost with that. So it is a big turbo. And then the guy who's there that knows the engine well, he said that it's probably spooling late for some reason. So we wanted to start checking timing, maybe dick with the timing a bit and see if that's going to give us a bit more. So there's a couple things we can do to play with it, but we didn't realize like what it was going to be like until like the last 2 sessions of the day when I really got into it, because we were fighting all these issues up until that point. But I basically figured out like on that first sweeping right, like I came down the straight and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to send it along this corner. And I whipped into it and I started into the corner and basically the car like hit 4,000. And then all of a sudden it wasn't like sliding. It was actually pushing itself through the corner. And then I kind of like checked my mirror and I was actually throwing up a big smoke trail. I'm like, oh shit, this is how this car wants to be driven, is like 4,000 RPM and up. But it was by then, it was like, I think my second last session of the day. So I was like, shit. So I did the rest of the corners like that. I didn't have a lot of time to dick around. And then on my last session, it was one of those classic, like, okay, I'm going to do one more set of runs. And I was trying everything and I just kept ditching the car. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. Because if I try something now, like if I try and like wall tap, we're leaving this place like, with broken limbs. So I'm like, I'm done. We're packing it in. It's the end of the day. We got it figured out. So I don't know. It was a really good time though. I love going to Top Drift.
You just have to keep in mind now that you're driving a turbo drift car. It's not a V8 that you can rely on low end torque. You need to keep the revs up.
Yeah. And I think the other issue too is like the last car I drove was the LS400. That's a 1UZ. It reacts, it's a V8. And then before that, this car had a very small turbo on it that came into boost at like 2,500 RPM. So I was still driving it like that. And instead of driving it like a big turbo car. So that's part of it as well. And I was kind of babying it in the beginning because it was smoking so much. So it's just, I know now the next event I should be able to just show up and be all right. Hopefully.
Yeah, beat the shit out of it.
That's the plan.
Well, at least you're not just doing the skid pad.
No. They would. It's funny because I went to go to the skid pad to like shake the car down. That's kind of my tradition. Is like, okay, go to the skid pad, do a couple of donuts, see how it feels, and then go to the track right after, right? Yeah. And I go to the skid pad, and Top Drift has like all new staff that are actually doing their job. Like, well, not like actually, not like
I guess
a
they've seen the video.
Well, no, it was more like
who have.
I was under the impression up until Saturday that if you paid for a track pass, the $110 a day or 200 or $180 for the weekend, that you also got the skid pad. But that's not the case. You can add it on for like an extra $20. And I didn't know that. So I go to the skid pad. I wait in line for an obscene amount of time. I get to the front and the guy's like, where's your skid pass pad? And I'm like, I bought a track pass. He's like, no, you need a skid pass pad too. I'm like, dude, I just want to shake the car down for like one donut to make sure it's safe before I take it on the track. And he looks at me, he's like, you're gonna have to take it to the track. I'm like, all right, man, I warned you. Like, so I just kind of was like a dick and just U-turned it right in its place and then took off to the track. But
I guess it should be included with the track pack.
Yeah, I would think so. But whatever. It is what it is. I guess it was always supposed to be that way, just no one ever enforced it as per everything Top Drift.
Yeah. It's like at iCar, our local track here, we have a donut box to warm up the tires, just make sure everything's good. And I don't know why a lot of tracks don't have that.
Yeah, or like even a not a cool down box, but like somebody like a water pit. So like after you're done your run to come and run your tires through the water quick to drop the temps in them.
Yeah, that would definitely be something we can look forward to. Maybe speaking with Blake and stuff at Top Drift.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Like even just there's so many little side runs on that track, right? Where there's like little spots that you can like kind of cut the course if you need to, or head back to the pits early. Like why not just have an area where you turn on a hose every once in a while, just so that way if you can run through it, cool off your tires quick, and then head back out. I don't know, it was a Chelsea Denofa trick that I heard of, but.
Well, we watched a video. Who was it, Fred? It was the guy added
Taylor Ray, I guess. Was it Taylor Ray with the sprays?
Yeah,
wells.
Yeah.
I think it's Taylor. I'm not sure.
A water jet.
Yeah. He like sprays his
these
tires?
no, the windshield wiper nozzles.
Yeah.
Okay. He put them in the wheel wells in the back.
Oh shit, that's a good idea.
Yeah. But I don't
finishes
think
his run, turns them on.
The debit is high enough to really reduce the temps.
Yeah, you're kind of pissed on a forest fire at that point.
Yeah. But the general idea was great. So for sure, there's something to do with that. Maybe just fuck the nozzles and just put the hose straight on top of the tire. That will help. But the tank will empty itself pretty fast.
Yeah, if it's just water, though, it's not a big deal, right? Every time you go in to change tires, fill your water tank, check your fuel, right?
Yeah.
But
that's one thing maybe you should look into doing for the chicken build there. Maybe like a water meth.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Keep the temps down.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Maybe on the intercooler, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know Fred was looking into that, and he Fred's really funny because he keeps looking at things like, oh, I should do this and that to this Miata, and he's like, I'm not putting any more money in it.
Speaking of not putting any more money into the Miata, what did you do all weekend, Fred?
Repairing the Miata, and I found a turbo upgrade. You know how it is. You start putting money on those damn cars, and it never ends. It never ends. But it's so fun.
It can end. You just go, hey, I'm not putting any more money into this thing.
Nah. I don't have kids yet, so I'm good.
That's a good point.
I can throw all my money in that.
Yeah, it's one thing when you have to eat ramen. It's another thing when you have to force your family to eat ramen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're doing pretty good, man. Seriously, with 3 kids, a wife, the house, and still able to drift. Hats off to you, sir.
Yeah, just debt collectors haven't found me yet. That's all.
They haven't found Fred either.
That's why he moved. I guarantee that's why he moved.
Quebec collectors cannot find me anymore.
That's why he's growing the mustache.
Living in the Chelsea Denofa room.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a little inside joke there.
Oh God, do I want to know what the Chelsea Denofa room is?
Because my girlfriend, she likes purple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the whole room's purple. We just call it the Chelsea Denofa room.
So
it's really funny because when...
Oh, go ahead.
It's funny because when Aaron came last year, we told him about, you're going to be staying in the Chelsea Denofa room. He's like, Chelsea stay here? We're like, no. He's like, it wouldn't have surprised me. I'm like, okay.
So what all did you break on your car, Fred?
What did I break on the car?
And how? And describe the event.
Okay, first, Jacob, have you seen the video where I crashed?
No, I don't think so. I've seen videos where you were driving, and then I don't think I saw the actual one where you broke.
Okay. Basically, it was at iCar like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was following a supposedly pro driver in the MCC. I saw that the guy was pretty shallow, so I kept my distances. But at the end, at the last corner where you just let off the throttle and go back in lane, the guy spun out. But when he spun out, instead of just letting the car go and stops, he decided to full throttle it. So there was a huge cloud of of smoke, so I couldn't see anything. So I let off the throttle. I started braking, but as soon as I got out of the cloud, he was right there. So I had nowhere to go. So I hit him in his rear quarter and almost totaled my car.
Lovely.
Yeah. So I broke a knuckle. I broke a lower control arm. Fender bent, and my ego took a shot.
Did you get into like?
But now it's all good. I mean, it's all repaired. It looks bummed up a bit, but hey, drift happens, you know.
That's a good point. Did you guys get into like a fight about it, or was he like kind of like?
No. The guy came to me in the pits and he said he was sorry and everything, and was like, "Oh, you all right? Are you all right? Yeah. So at the end of the day, no hard feelings.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was pretty funny in the pits afterwards because the car had no more steering on one side. So my buddy took a ratchet strap and just wrapped it around the knuckle to keep it straight. It was ghetto.
Ghetto.
Got it up on the trailer though.
Managed to put it on the trailer.
Yeah, if it works, it works, right?
If it works, it ain't stupid.
Well, I'm glad to hear that it's back up and running because you're going drifting next weekend, right?
Yeah. Well, we'd love
we
to.
should.
We saw the weather forecast, and it's rain. So it's a bit of a bummer. We'll see Friday night what it looks like, because Saturday I would like to go, test the car back at iCar and be ready for the next day at Saint Eustache. Because I can't wait to drift Saint Eustache again. The last time I've been there was May 15th last year on Formula Drift Pro-Am competition. But yeah, I love that track. You need to come to Saint Eustache.
I know. I looked at it's not even that far of a drive either.
No, for you it's like 3.5 hours maybe.
No, it's further than that.
Really?
Hang on. I'm gonna look it up right now. Hopefully my phone doesn't explode. I had everything turned off. I feel like we figured this out last time too.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Saint.
Well, I mean, Toronto's like 5 hours away.
Yeah, it's 5.4. It's 6 hours for me to get there.
Not that bad.
No, and that's to the town of Saint Eustache. Is the track outside of that?
Yeah, but on the good side.
On the good side. Okay. All the words are in French.
Like you don't have to cross. You don't have to cross the whole town to get to the track. It's like on where you're gonna come in from. It's like before getting inside of Saint Eustache.
I don't know. He might be coming in through Montreal.
So it shaves off 15 minutes. So no, I wouldn't be coming in through Montreal. I'd be coming in, going to Ottawa, and then taking Highway 50, and then 50 all the way.
Yeah, the one.
So you pass by my house.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what I should do then is leave Friday, and then stop at your place, stay in the Chelsea Denofa suite.
No, that's my room.
No.
That's fine. You're little. I'll kick you out.
Definitely stay in the Chelsea Denofa suite.
Oh my God, that's too funny. Pictures of Mustangs everywhere.
Yo, I'm gonna have to add that for sure.
Yeah, Mustangs and BMWs. Although speaking of Chelsea Denofa, have you ever seen Chelsea Denofa's girlfriend?
Chelsea?
Yes.
Yeah, I know the joke.
Okay. No, I know. But like, have you ever actually seen what she looks like?
Yeah, I follow her on Instagram.
Okay, I'm just checking.
No.
Right. I'd never seen her.
What am I missing?
I'd never seen her, and then I got caught staring, and someone had to inform me. So,
wait, yo, that's Chelsea Denofa's girlfriend.
Yeah, and I was like, really? And they're like, yeah, and I'm like, oh man, like I feel really terrible because anyways.
Next time, buy shades.
Yeah,
that's the trick.
Good call.
Mirror shades, man.
Yeah, good call. But would you end up working on? Would you work on over the weekend, Shawn?
Not much, honestly. What did I do? I fixed my girlfriend's Beamer.
Fun.
That's not interesting.
No, you love BMWs.
No, I don't. Oh my God, I'm so over BMWs.
How many we have at home? 5?
In the parking lot right now, I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we got 4 or 5 there.
Yeah.
And I got one else.
Just to let you know, Jacob, we are 4 people living here and we have 13 cars in in the parking lot.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 12 or 13. Yeah.
It's 12 without your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More.
That's crazy. And your neighbors are a giant fan of your pit of cars, huh?
I mean, I don't really have much neighbors. It's all like farmland.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe the cows across the street, they don't like it, but I don't give a damn.
we do have one neighbor though that doesn't really like us, but I mean,
that happens.
if you've seen Aaron's video, you'd know.
Yeah, but the problem is gone, Shawn. So
yeah, that's true.
The problem is gone. The loud exhaust. That's what we'll say. The loud exhaust is gone.
Yeah, the loud exhaust is gone.
Oh man, that's too funny. Well, it sounds like the old Drift Alliance houses, man. Where like they just a whole bunch of drifters living in one place, or are you just you two drifting?
No, we have Gab here that lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
He's
Fred's
building
not girlfriend will get into it eventually.
Maybe. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, she wants to try though. That's why I bought the Beamer in the first place, so she can learn. But I know how it's gonna end up. I'm just gonna beat the shit out of this car.
It'd be nice because he bought the E46 and I have another E46 and I want to put a V8 in and just have enough torque for my girlfriend, and I want to bring her to the track. Be one of those teach your wife how to drift.
I feel like that either like makes or breaks a relationship. It's like you're gonna know after that if she's gonna stick around or if you're gonna stick around.
I know I have the patience to teach Shawn. I'm not sure.
I mean, no, she learned manual a year ago, I think. Yeah. Basically, she had an E46 automatic and it broke down, so I bought her another E46 because why not?
Yeah.
And she just learned on that. And
yeah,
seems like everybody's got an E46. Another $200 E46.
Man, they're so cheap.
It's ridiculous.
Is there still a lot of E46s at Top Drift?
Oh, dude, it's pretty much split down the middle now between. I'm not gonna say E46 in particular, but BMWs and S chassis. It's like I would say 40%. Yeah, S chassis, 40% BMWs, and then the other. 20% is kind of split up between the odd Fox body, and then you get a bunch of 86s out, but not really. I think there was like 3 or 4 Mustangs out there if you include mine as a Mustang.
No, yours isn't a Mustang.
No.
It's a better. It's a Mustang between the strut towers.
I just showed Fred. What was it? It was Top Derp.
Oh,
have you heard about that?
Oh yes. I'm very angry that it's not as active as it used to be.
It's not a new thing. I thought it was new.
No, Top Derp is
a lot
super
of the
old.
stuff went away.
Man, the guy
was just
should
on
get
Facebook,
moving.
I believe.
Oh, he still got a Facebook account?
I think it was active on Facebook, and then he just reopened Instagram.
Oh, I haven't seen anything on Instagram. Hang on, was there a recent post?
Yeah, there's a guy who lost a wheel and rode on a brake rotor.
Yeah,
destroying the track.
There was that happened more than once. This event.
Oh boy.
Hang on, I'm looking this up right now.
Kids listening, please check your lug nuts. Torque them.
Yeah.
100 foot-pounds.
Torque the wheels. Torque the wheels. But I don't know. I don't know if the Top Derp guy is listening or he will be listening. But dude,
he better be listening. Dude, come on.
Yeah.
This thing could be big.
It's just
contact me in my DMs.
It's just, yeah, he posted 10 hours ago the 2 BMWs spinning. Oh yeah, they did. They got rid of a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot of Blake stuff, and it's all gone.
Yeah, that's strange.
Well, if you focus on somebody in particular, that's not cool. But
No.
if you laughed about something happening at the event, that's okay.
Yeah. Well, it's the same way that Formula Derp works, right? Like as
Yeah,
long as he's
exactly.
not getting super specific. Although there's a few times where you're like, oh, dude, like when he asked,
he was
like,
playing with fire.
Yeah, like when he asked who was actually driving Kyle Mohan's car, I was like, oh,
Yo, I heard about that.
dude,
You don't do
Gab, he was telling me.
man, he was on fucking fire. Kyle, like that car was insane all of a sudden. I don't know.
But Kyle's always been a good driver, honestly.
Yeah, but it's okay. Sorry, Fred. It's a dog shit chassis.
Yes,
It's
100%.
at that level. I've said this once. If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. If Mad Mike with an infinite budget, infinite resources can't drift it, yes.
Here comes the RX-8.
Yeah, Kyle Mohan in the RX-8 was excellent. But what I'm saying is, like,
100%.
if Mad Mike couldn't develop that car to a point where it was competitive, no one can do it. The dude has infinite budget, infinite resources, an infinite amount of time. He could have built 7 of them. Not a problem.
But Mad Mike and
Mad
Kyle
Mike
aren't the
runs
same
this
chassis, though.
No, I understand.
No.
I understand that.
I mean, yeah, it's a Miata technically there, but I think the
it's not the
ND
same.
is a shorter wheelbase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
bit
issue is the wheelbase in general, both in length and in width. It cannot work. I'm sorry.
No, it's shit. It's good for Pro-Am max. But if you want to go pro with Miata, don't even start. I drive 100%. A Miata for years, and seriously, it is not a good drifting chassis.
At a higher competition level.
Not a good. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, at a high.
It's a good learner.
Yeah,
it's perfect to learn because it's a pain in the ass. The wheelbase is short. There's lack of power. It's not a wide car, so it's perfect to learn the basics of drifting. You know how to generate momentum and stuff. But as a comp car, no, it's not good.
No, it is what it is. But yes, I agree that Kyle Mohan in a different chassis is a top 8 driver all day. It's just it's just what he's been given. I also believe that the RX-8 chassis is a very underdeveloped chassis in drifting, because if you look at the wheelbase, you look at the dimensions and the suspension setup, I'm very surprised that more people didn't drift that car.
Yeah, because the car is ugly as fuck. I mean, look at the car.
It is not ugly.
It's not ugly. It's got that flair. You know, the suicide doors.
It's fugly, man.
If I was going to build a Pro-Am car, I would build an RX-8 only because
it's cheap. Because it's cheap.
And it's got a good suspension setup. It's got a good wheelbase. Aftermarket parts are plentiful, and used aftermarket parts are fucking dirt cheap because everybody blows their engine up and then wants to get rid of it. No, I would throw a 4G63 in it because you can make you can make 1,000 horsepower out of a 4G63 for less than you can with most other engines. You can make 400 wheel horsepower with the 4G63, which is perfect for Pro-Am with almost nothing. Like what? You up the boost in it and that's it. And you can adapt a 4G63 to a RX-8 drivetrain with a $250 adapter. That's it.
Yeah, from PMC.
Yep.
Yeah. I see you've been researching this.
Yes, I have.
It's good. I like that. I like the way you think.
I may or may not.
The car is so ugly. I mean, chassis-wise, yes, it is nearly perfection. But fuck, man, no, it looks like a frog you're about to step on. I mean, no, it's not good looking.
Like, are we talking frog like the animal or frog like a French person? You got to be very specific right now.
Fuck you, Jacob. Fuck you.
I think.
Okay, did you see rapper Dan's RX-8?
No, I don't think so.
No, it was nice. Rapper Dan.
They make some nice body kits for them.
Yeah.
There's a guy. Dude, there's a guy in Quebec who bought an RX-8 for $1,400, I think. He stripped it all out and used this as a practice car, but the engine blew like any other fucking Rodary RX-7, RX-8, and all that shit. But the guy chopped the front clip and attached it to his drifting Miata. It is kind of. I will send you the pictures, Jacob.
No,
It's weird. It's
the
really
weird one is the guy in Quebec who swapped a KA non-turbo in an RX-8 with stock suspension, so that thing's like jacked up in the air.
Oh my god,
Which
that's
one?
funny.
Bad.
Have you seen the guy with the KA that he supercharged and carbureted?
Yes, I'm friends with that guy on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't.
no.
That's interesting. I would love to like drive that car because I'm kind of curious how that all works.
But I think
Well,
he's
no
selling
car
that
at all.
setup.
Who would buy that though?
I don't know.
Like you're-
Probably
It's
people
weird.
like
It's weird, man. But I like it.
But it's in what car? A 240?
Yeah.
yeah, I think so. I just think it's weird. You're
Yeah.
taking like a shitty engine with a shitty way of adding more air and an even shittier way of adding more fuel and then putting it all together. But like it works. It's just like you've taken the
That's
worst
one
of
way to
all
look
three
at it.
things.
To be honest, the K is not that bad of an engine. Seriously, you slap a turbo on it and you're easily in the 300s. And it will hold it. It's not like a SR20 that you crank a bit over 325 and it just want to go out.
I guess.
Yeah. But it sounds like a truck.
Yeah.
I can't say anything. My engine sounds like a tractor, so I can't really complain.
Yeah, with my 4 inches exhaust now, I sound like a fucking, beat up SR20. It's not, I don't like the way the car sounds now.
I thought it would sound
I
like a
hate it.
swarm of bees.
At
What?
least the Lexus sounds good.
Yeah. How'd your rear diff? I got like most of the way through your video. How'd your rear diff swap go?
Oh, good. And bolted right up like it was supposed to.
That never happens.
Yeah. No, a lot of people online were saying that the Altiza diff, since it's a smaller casing, that the axles I might have to change for the Altiza axles. And then the Altiza axles don't have the same spline hubs to go into the wheels. So, But the IS axles bolt up to the Altiza diff, so it's good.
Cool.
I'm going from a 3.7 to a 4.10.
Ooh.
Thank God.
It's a drag racing rear end right there.
I mean, no, but yeah, it's so underpowered. Oh man,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What engine's in that again?
it's the 3SGE beams.
Okay, I don't know anything about it.
It's a Yamaha tuned 3S, so like a Celica motor,
Okay.
5th gen out of an Altiza in Japan. And it makes 210 horsepower and 160 torque, I think.
Yeesh. So it's high strung.
Yeah, you gotta rev the shit out of it. I think Redline's like 8,300
Just-
stock.
Put nitrous on it. Everybody laughs when I say that, but it's like, dude, it's the easiest way to add horsepower safely.
Yeah.
Are you still using nitrous on the chicken?
No, I didn't get a nitrous kit on that yet. I really want to. But it's going to sound really terrible. I'm kind of spoiled in the fact that I don't want to pay full price for a nitrous kit, especially for that car. But I spoke with a couple of different nitrous companies and they're like, yeah, this isn't really our market. And I'm like, I totally get it. It's a hunk of shit car. Totally get it. And they're like, well, we can give you a bit of a discount. I'm like, even with like for $500,
Yeah.
it's still not worth it to put it on the car.
It's the refills that gets expensive over time.
It's
Yeah,
$100
it's
the
like
last time we
$100,
spoke,
I think, a weekend.
more than that, a bit more than that, depending the bottle size you're running.
Yeah, it's $10 a pound.
Yeah. Because you remember last time we spoke, I wanted to go with NOS in the Miata.
Yeah.
But when I talked to my tuner about it, he's like, "Yeah, I can give you a good price on a kit, but the refills is about 150 and 200 for a whole weekend." I'm like, "Okay, we'll forget about it."
Yeah, that is the downside. That's why it's nice for like drag racing.
Not only
'cause-
that, I mean,
Yeah, but you add this on top of the fuel, on top of the tires, on top of the food, on top of the entry fee. I mean, you're just
You gotta
drifting
get a
for fun, and it costs you
heater.
fucking $2,000 for the whole
you don't
weekend. It
need
makes
a
no
bottle
sense.
heater. As long as we're drifting in the summer, it's fine. They're warm enough. You don't need a bottle heater.
Why would you need a bottle heater here?
keep the temperature at the right temp.
It's fine. You're not tuning it that precisely.
I guess.
There's somebody
spray it.
listening right now fucking losing their shit that they've just found out.
For sure.
I don't know. you know Speed Academy, right?
Yeah, no, I know the Speed Academy guys.
So like they had that video with the NOS
Yep.
just to spool the turbo.
Yep.
That's exactly what I want to do to the Evo.
It's not a bad idea. You can use a lot of different compressed gases to do it. The nice thing with nitrous is you get a huge flame out of it as well. So, but
yeah, because I'm looking forward to the Evo. The only thing is, I think it's going to be a bit laggy.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, with the turbo size, the size of the turbo you have at the moment, for sure it's going to be laggy. But once it spools up, hang in there, buddy, because it's going to pull fucking hard.
Should.
What size turbo did you go with?
I just picked up a junkyard whole set HX35.
No, you'll be fine. That's not that bad because it's what 4G's 2 liter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you're fine. The guys like recommend the HX35 even for the turbo coupe engines, and like they're a 2.3, but like they literally rev to like 6,500 max. So yeah, with a 4G, I don't think you're gonna have that much of an issue. The other thing too is it's got enough momentum that it'll stay spooled up for a lot longer. Like with drifting, we're kind of on and off throttle a lot, right? So once you get that spool going, it's a lot easier to get back in a boost.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't worry too
That's
much
true.
about it.
But anyways, if you saw the video, you can see it in like the first 5 or 6 minutes.
Oh yeah, Aaron's video. Yeah.
Yeah, that video.
So
video.
are we there? Are we going to talk about this now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
What
do you want to know?
I kind of know your guys' opinion of it, and so I know nothing about the backstory behind the video, right? Like I didn't even know I was there that day when it was being filmed, so that's how little I know. I didn't even know who Aaron was when like people came up to me like Aaron Lousy's here. I'm like, who the fuck's Aaron Lousy? And they're like, he runs like all the drifting down in Texas, and I'm like, okay, cool. That's cool. He made it here. Awesome. And I'm like, they're like, he's got a big YouTube channel. I'm like, all right, like, congrats. Like I knew nothing about the dude, so no hype. But anyways, yeah. So I watched that video, at least knowing now who he was, and I actually met him in Atlanta before the video came out. I mentioned where I was from. I didn't mention Top Drift because I completely forgotten about the video. But anyways, watching the video, it was funny in the fact that if I didn't go to that event and I wasn't from that place, it was pretty funny and entertaining. But the fact that I go to that event and am from that place, I was kind of like, man, you really picked every fucking terrible car and just decided to highlight it. And that's kind of how I saw it, where it was like, as a YouTuber, he did the right thing for sure. But because like admittedly as a YouTuber, you're going for that shock and awe, right? Like you're going for the let's show shit that no one else has ever seen. Let's try all this stuff. Let's try all that stuff. But maybe as a drifting fan, I kind of wish you would have held back a little bit on it. But that being said too, maybe it's going to make things better. So I'm pretty in the middle about the whole situation. I was shocked to see how, like, I thought my car was rusty and I was concerned about some of the rust in my car. Because I like the one strut tower's got a bit of rust. So I ground it back and welded a patch in. I was like, man, I hope this is okay. And then I saw the one where he's like, yeah, so there's like literally nothing attaching the two halves of this car together except for the roof.
No, the best is the sunset through your floorboards.
Yeah. Or the rocking chair in the passenger seat. I don't know if anybody saw that.
Yeah. we know the owner of the car.
Oh yeah.
So that part of it, I was kind of like, it's kind of a dick move. I wish, like some of the ride along stuff was pretty cool. And it was kind of neat seeing some people I knew, but I was like, oh man, I really wish you wouldn't have highlighted all the dog shit stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
So what about you guys? Because you guys have a little more of a personal connection to this video.
Yeah. See, the thing was like, he was supposed to come here and we were supposed to plan out this big thing with filming for my channel, and ended up being more my buddy who took over. I mean, Aaron came here. He didn't even know who I was, that it was my house and that it was my YouTube channel. It was like, really?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, going to go to my buddy. I'm like, dude, you didn't tell him anything. And on top of that, like, for 2 months, I was like working my ass off trying to get the Evo out, and ended up not making it. But I had my backup car, had the S14, and I was telling my buddy who wasn't working at the time, I'm like, look, you're late on rent, whatever. I don't give a shit. You need your money to buy parts. Get your car ready. You have 2 months.
Yeah.
And the fact that he stayed on his ass and didn't like work on his car was, I mean, it's really
a slap
bad.
in the face.
Yeah, pretty much.
It shows you that he didn't care in sort of way. He just, oh, all right, he's here. I'm not ready. I don't give a shit. It's funny. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
To be honest, when I watched the video, we all watched it together at home, like basically for the first time.
Oh.
And it was really, really funny at the beginning. But the more you get into it, and it's a long video, it's like an hour and a half almost. Hour,
Yeah.
20
Like,
minutes.
I didn't even know he filmed that much.
Yeah.
Like, I was working at the time too, and like my ex-boss wouldn't let me take time off, which was like, I wanted to be there for Aaron and like show him the ropes and around, where it was basically he came to drive and film, and basically he came to not drive because the car wasn't ready, and we didn't have anything prepared to film, so he just filmed whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And
Yeah. And he did.
half of the video, all the inboard shots were shots I took for one video I was about to make, but I gave him all the footage I have. So all the footage from Alex R32, Frank's S2K, Collins Miata. It's all of my footage because
Oh, I
the
didn't know
guy,
that.
like Shawn said, came here, was supposed to have a car, supposed to have everything, and the guy who invited him, well, I haven't done shit. He preferred to paint wheels instead of, just repairing his fucking car, which makes no sense. And to be honest, I was ashamed when I finished watching the video. I was really ashamed. And I mean, I don't want to be involved in any future thing with, all these guys. But now I changed my mind. I mean, all right, I'm looking into it. I want to do something good with Shawn and, with our buddies here to, how can I say, make the Canadian drift scene looks not like a shitstorm of farmers with a bunch of old bummed up cars, It's not like that. I was fucking pissed, and I still am pissed.
I
But
couldn't tell.
I mean, we have to look forward.
I'm just glad like I wasn't in the video a lot. Like, I think I got one scene, and he talked good about my two cars, so that's like that's all I give a shit about. He liked my Evo, and he's like, yeah, this S14 is like weird, but it's cool.
I think too.
I don't know. I got to the track and I was like, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. No, finish off your thing.
Oh, well, yeah, no. So I got to the track and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go drive and test out this car. It's the first time I'm driving the beam swapped S14. And I was like, I'll let them do their shit there. And like, I'll do my stuff.
Yeah. And if it crosses paths, then awesome. But if not, it's like, whatever, is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
But I mean, like, I have no hate for Aaron at all. Like, I consider him a buddy. Like, I can talk to him whenever. He's a nice guy and everything. It's just that, just the video, the way it was portrayed, it was like, whatever. But at the same time, like, I want him to come back and we'll show him, like, me and Fred and you and like a bunch of other guys from I don't know if we should talk about that special chat that we have there.
Yeah. Yeah. The
No,
I think we can kind of talk about it. I think the best way to describe it is a bunch of fledgling YouTubers all trying to figure out shit. It's like a think tank.
Fledgling.
Well, we all are really, like, even me, all things considered, like I got like just over 5,000 subs. I consider that extremely fledgling. Like, I look at some guys with like well over 100,000 that have been doing it like half the time I have. And I'm like, what have I been doing all these years? But,
No, definitely. It would be really nice that he'd come back and then we show him like proper stuff. You know,
I agree.
Yeah, a real drift event at Shannonville. Then we bring them to iCar. Then the next weekend we go to Saint Eustache. You know, we want to bring them for the whole trip.
Yeah,
the opposite.
it would be. It would be. No, I do think that's a really, really good idea, and I don't know Aaron. Like I said, I've only personally met him once, but I feel like he'd be the kind of guy. If you're like, hey man, like I know you made that video, but we want to rectify what was seen in that video. We want to show people what this is actually like, because you know,
no, I mean, it wasn't even Aaron that decided what clips go in and everything.
Oh, okay.
Like he was still talking to my buddy, and he was asking, you know, is it okay if I put this? And my buddy's like, yeah, put it. It's funny. But like, I'd never seen any of this footage. I would have been like, dude, we look like fucking retards.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
Absolutely.
Because there's lots of stuff in there. Like if you were to cut out some of like the crazy shitty cars that people have brought, because like that's.
Oh yeah, it would have been a shit video.
Yeah. Now that being said, I will say that at the drivers' meeting for Top Drift, Blake pretty much addressed it. He was pretty straight up, and he just said, "Hey, you know, has everybody got their safety equipment, fire extinguisher, shit like that?" And he goes, "Look, there's some pretty shitty cars here already." He goes, Can we like, if we see something like really fucking shitty," and he's like, "Look, we've all seen the Aaron Lousy video. We all know what we're looking for now. Like, can you just mention to the guy, hey, maybe it's not a great idea to bring that out there?" And he goes, "Because eventually someone's going to get hurt. And then what do? We do nothing because we don't have an event." And I was like, fair enough. And I could be paraphrasing. I can't remember exactly the exact words he said, but it was along those lines. He saw it. It's his event. If anybody's going to be ashamed about it, who's going to take it personally, is going to be the guy who's organizing the event. So
no, for sure. And like I even told my buddy there, the sunset through the floorboards were like, dude, you got to change chassis. It's ridiculous. So
yeah, but problem
he's a
solved.
nice guy.
He crashed it at iCar. Problem solved.
Hang on, wait a minute.
Yeah, he crashed it at iCar.
That passed tech at iCar?
There's man. To be honest,
there's
with
no
you
tech
guys,
anywhere.
There's no tech anywhere.
Okay, because here's my concern.
No, that's not true.
Wait. If you go to Saint Eustache, okay, and Manu or any other one organizing see that you have a shit car, they kick you out fast. Saint Eustache, they don't fuck with safety.
Okay.
If you're not safe, you're not running.
There's walls all around.
No, that's fair
There's
enough.
no speed until you crash.
Okay,
It's
so
weird.
here's my concern. On my car, everything is good. There's no holes in the floor. There's no holes in the chassis. It's a little bit punky, kind of where the the rockers are, but it's not like there's holes in it. But you've seen the video of the fuel tank, I'm hoping. I'll take that as a no. Okay.
No.
Long story
Sorry.
short, I took a marine jerry can and put a pump in it and called it a fuel tank.
Oh, I saw a glimpse of it.
No, that's not good, dude.
Okay, so that's got to go.
I mean, okay, wait. Let's put it this way. If it's in a metal container and it's separate from the driver compartment with a firewall, then yeah, maybe. But I don't know. I just get like an eBay fuel cell.
That's what I'm going to end
and
up
bolt
doing.
it in the trunk.
That's probably what I'm going to end up doing.
I mean, you can probably get like a 15-gallon tank for less than $100.
The main thing though is those are external pumps, and I already bought a really nice Walboro 255 off some dude in Quebec. So like I'd have to.
I mean, you can retrofit it inside.
Yeah, it's just a pain.
There's ways of doing it. That's definitely a pain.
Because you have to like.
Don't you have a welder, buddy?
Yeah, we'll just like weld up a steel tank.
Yeah, if it's enclosed, there shouldn't be any problems.
Yeah, I had it sitting in the trunk. I guess I could get Randy to make one.
Fred's just freaking laughing.
For the record,
like, this is fucking bunch of rednecks.
For the record,
sketchy. Let's try and find a way to fix this.
A marine.
See, the way I would do a sketchy fuel cell ish, if I can say, I would just go to Canadian Tire, buy 2 20-liter jugs, strap them together with a binder, and just put the line straight inside.
That's pretty much what I did.
That's roadkill.
I'm sure it will be more safer than just welding 4 sheets and no.
No, because that's roadkill.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but okay, let me preface this. A marine grade fuel tank is crash rated because it has to go into a boat that if it gets into a crash, it can't rupture.
Okay.
Now,
I'll have
to look
that
at the
being
video
said,
then.
I did cut a giant hole in the top of it so I could put my fuel pump in. But
Okay.
it held 30 psi of pressure because we put an air gun up to it and held 30 pounds of pressure before it started leaking. So
Can
like,
you sealed it?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, so I should get it before I go to Saint Eustache. I should get a fuel tank then.
Honestly, what you can do, or like what we do for the derby cars, because we do have derby races around here. And what they do, the guys, is they can't have the tank of gas under the car. So they just drop down the tank, put it in the trunk, and just replumb it. And you have to make straps there to hold it.
Yeah, because I dropped my fuel cell or my fuel tank because it was below the trunk. And then I put this in the trunk. And I could build a firewall to keep the trunk compartment from the driving compartment. That's not a problem. It's like one sheet of metal because all the rest of it's boxed in. So it sounds like I need to put a real fuel tank in there eventually anyways. But
I mean, you could just go get like whatever fuel tank is the cheapest at the scrapyard, like a Honda Civic fuel tank, and just put it in the trunk. Oh yeah.
It's funny that's considered safer.
I mean,
is it really? Let's be honest. Is it really safer to just drop another fuel tank inside of a trunk?
Why not? It's now surrounded in more metal.
No.
If it's strapped properly and it's covered by a firewall, there's no problem.
Because like before, my fuel tank was hanging at the lowest point of my car on the back end of the car in an impact zone, right?
Yeah. Kaboom.
Right?
Yeah.
Or this thing, which is crash test rated also, and is sitting in a steel box surrounded by a bumper. I would think, and it's not like it's just floating around back there. It's strapped in. I use like roundall and shit. It's good. I did bolt it. I didn't even self tap it. I actually bolted it in. Now you have to go watch the video.
All your other things? Oh man.
No, I don't self tap all my other things.
Right. Let me just do what Aaron did in his video there when he was showing the angle kit. I'm just gonna go on Kijiji and see if any fuel cells.
Oh my god, that was funny. That was funny.
Honestly, when he did that,
yeah, we were all laughing on the.
My buddy's in Italy, and he just watched the video today, and he just sent me screenshots of that part. He's like, "My god, like how dumb do you have to be?"
Yeah, that was pretty funny. But I think the video had some pretty negative aspects to it. If I remove myself from everything I'm associated with that video, it was entertaining as shit. And as a YouTuber, he did his job.
Absolutely.
But being someone that is associated with it and does have kind of a stake in it, I'm kind of like, oh man, that fucking blows. So
yeah,
I don't know.
That's why we want to redo this, but in the good and proper way, you know.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Do we need to start another recording? Okay, sorry, just checking in on the audio things. We're good. I agree. I think what we should do is arrange something. It would be nice for this year, but I think ideally for next year, so we have enough time to plan it. You know, make events based around him coming. Let people know so they can be like, guys, look, we're gonna have these events. Like, bring out your shit. Like,
keep in mind that it's really hard first to bring someone like that up here. Then another thing is there's a lot of conflict of not conflict of interest, but conflict of schedule, if I can say.
Yeah.
It's really hard to set. Okay, now come to this event, and this event. Keep in mind that the guy is running the Texas drifting plus his all other videos, and he's moving around a lot. Yeah. So it's really hard to time something with the guy. Well, and unfortunately, so far it's only the events at the end of the season. So yes, it's normal that there's more shit cars than the beginning of the seasons. There's more probabilities that there will be rain these events. It's really hard to time everything together.
No, fair enough. I know what you mean. I said, if we plan for next year, I think it'd be a little bit easier if we just say, hey, these are the events and see what we can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I totally agree. But at the same time, we're already planning for this year.
Yeah.
No. And should I drop dates?
No, nothing yet. If nothing's planned.
I won't say he's coming, but the plan is Yeah, we're definitely working on it. The plan is Maple Leaf Bash in Saint Eustache this year is the 2nd and 3rd of September.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's like a Saturday, Monday is a holiday. And then the Thursday, there's Drift at iCar the same week. And then the week, that's after Maple Leaf Bash.
Okay.
And then the weekend after that is Top Drift.
Wow.
Yeah.
That works pretty
I'm trying
well.
to get something. Yeah, exactly. And he doesn't have any Lone Star events that week or weekend. So that's what I'm trying to work out right now.
All right. So I need a fuel tank by then.
And he might as well bring up some friends. We can't say who, but he might not be.
Send me it in the DMs later. No, I think
but Jacob, honestly, if you can't do anything for your car, you can always just come up and drift in Fred's missile car.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I would like to bring the Thunderbird because I think it's cool and I do like the car, but because if I'm driving, then me towing a car behind me isn't that much different.
Yeah,
and maybe I'll have my bus done by then or started by then, one of the two, and that would be even cooler because I'll just live out of the bus for the weekend.
Oh, also to mention before Maple Leaf Bash, the Saturday, because Maple Leaf Bash is Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
The Saturday is it's GDM Afterfest, which is like a car show. And also at the same time, like a Gymkhana, I believe that they're going to have. I know they have a Gymkhana at GDM Fest. They might have one at GDM Afterfest.
Which I'll take part this year.
If you don't crash, that's for sure.
How does, I didn't even check. Do you know how this lines up with the FD schedule? Because that would be my only conflict, is if there's a Pro 2 round in and around there, I wouldn't be able to go.
Yeah, because you're following Sexsmith for the whole season, right?
Yeah. You make the word Sexsmith sound way better with that accent, by the way.
Sexsmith.
Sexsmith.
Don't say it like that.
Let's see here. Schedule.
Oh my God. Anyways, yes, that is. As long as I'm
bringing out his
trip at the.
Sorry, what was that? What do we lose?
Is he bringing out his hard body?
I guess he is.
No, Fred's still here.
Oh, I would like it if he got it going.
Sexsmith.
What the fuck is happening? I believe Riley is getting the hard body going again. I cannot confirm that, but I believe that is the case.
Well, there's no FD round that weekend.
Okay.
There's August 10th and 11th in St. Louis.
Yeah, that's our next one.
And then the 14th, 15th, which is the weekend after Top Drifts,
is Texas.
So there's no reasons for you to be there, man.
Yes.
Oh my God.
There's no reasons for you not to be there. Sorry.
I will not be home the month of September is what you're telling me between those events and then going to... Oh, man.
You should tell your buddy Sexsmith.
Oh my God, stop it.
Should tell him to come though. That'd be freaking sick.
Yeah, I could.
You can drift the missile car.
I could tell him to bring the STI. It's I'll talk to him. He was my other backup plan for tonight as well. I think he's gonna be on the podcast next week. So, and then I've got to do Big Balls Brian and I have to do the FD Atlanta breakdown as well. So, fuck. Yeah, too much shit. Too much shit.
How was it in Atlanta?
It was good. It was hot.
It was too much shit?
No, it was busy. I got overwhelmed very quickly with what I had to do, but I got it figured out. I know now for St. Louis what I need to bring equipment wise because I had no idea. I had no idea what I was allowed to access, what I could do, what I couldn't do. There's a bunch of regulations on like camera placements and stuff. You know, where I can be is limited, but not really. Like they basically give you this map and they're like, okay, red zone, you're fucking gone. Green zone, you're okay. But then like with camera placement, you're not allowed to place anything on the outside of the vehicle and then anything on the inside of the vehicle, they can veto. Like if they look in and they see like any type of sketchy camera mount whatsoever, and it's not like clamp the fuck down, it's not happening and you're done. So as well as like lenses and
Wow.
stuff. I was supposed to have a much better camera than I had lined up before I was supposed to leave. And then that didn't happen. And then I was offered a camera when I was there to use, but then I decided against it because I didn't know that camera very well. And I'd rather get the footage with the camera I have and know what I'm dealing with than to like try someone else's and then not know what could come out of it and like have it be useless. So I'd rather have a slightly less quality video
Yeah, I
and
guess
have it.
they changed the rules.
Pardon?
Well, like one of the first events I went to, you've probably seen some pictures of like drift cars with like 1 million GoPros stuck to it.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, I know.
You're allowed to. They will allow you access to some of the video footage to utilize if you like apply for it. But you can't put any of your own cameras on the outside because they may interfere with the Blackmagic cameras or whatever camera they're using. As well as, I guess they had a lot of issues with them, like just flying off in general. So, yeah.
Wow.
It's, and then I wasn't sure if I was allowed up in the hot pits area because certain guys are and certain guys aren't. But then I found out afterwards because I'm with the team, I'm allowed to go up there, but general media is not. So it was a huge learning experience. And like, thankfully Dove at NV like understood that I was still trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. So I gave them a bunch of footage. They're using a whole bunch of it, which I'm super stoked for. And then I also filmed the entire thing like as a vlog, but the vlog is following Riley. So it's me vlogging somebody else, which was really weird. But that's going to be really cool. I have to dig into that this week. So I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, that was basically my FD trip.
Have you had the chance to look a bit from I think that the chat is lagging a bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, you're lagging like a mofo. Just gotta tell everybody stop sending Snapchats.
I can hear you guys pretty quick. It sounds like, but yeah, there's definitely some kind of lag going on. Apparently, a huge lag.
All right, it should be fine.
That's all right. We're already at like an hour. Yep. Yeah, we're already over an hour anyways. And if we're lagging that bad, maybe we should wrap things up for the night. As much as I know we could probably do this for several hours. Do you guys want to give some shout outs and drop some YouTube channels and social media and shit?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Shawn.
All right. Well, if you want to follow me, you can check me out on Instagram. It's Poirier4 and my YouTube channel, Northside Productions, or you can just type Talk Time 4, I guess. I hate that the YouTube you can't like change your name after a while.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'll leave links down in the podcast description. Anyways.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. If you definitely want to follow me on Instagram and follow my Evo build and my Lexus build on my YouTube channel, definitely follow me. I don't know.
Fred.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, at first, I'd like to thank all the sponsors. I have Ovation Tires, Northside Production, Shawn here that helps me a lot with all the filming stuff and everything. Also, KMP Speed Shop, Carl Métivier, the guru of tuning and engine building. Without him, for sure, I would not be running this year. Also, you can follow me up on Facebook and Instagram at DoriFred, DORI space Fred. All my drifting stuff, shits, breakups, laughs, everything will be on there. So go ahead and follow me up.
You can tell Fred's done this before.
I also want to thank Ovation Tire. Oh, man.
Yeah, seriously. Ovation Tires? No, not for real. Mike from Ovation, hats off to you, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, still waiting on that email. Just saying. 16.
I told you about it.
215.
Wait.
45 16s, I think I need. Like 100.
I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up.
Okay, how about this? I'll put in a new gas tank and you send me some tires and we'll call it even.
We'll talk about it.
All right, guys. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I appreciate you guys coming on, especially last minute, because my other guest flaked out. It wasn't Riley. I had somebody else. I had a big guy on, but Okay. It's the first time that it feels like my ears are getting moist. Like that's yeah. See,
Ew.
that's
You did not just say
I
that.
did. And everybody listening to the podcast just got very uncomfortable and threw up a little. My audio
Yeah,
guy
sorry,
is staring at me with his face like, don't ever say that again. All right, guys, we'll leave it at that. And thanks again. So we'll catch you guys soon.
Thanks for having
All
us.
right.
Later.
All
Peace
right,
out.
have a good one, guys. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I had a blast hanging out with those guys. I chat with them almost every day, but when you get everybody together in a room to have a podcast, although they were in a different room on a different side of the province, but either way, it was definitely awesome, and I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. But thanks again for listening to the Pistonhead podcast. Make sure to tune in every Wednesday. I apologize. We've been a little bit out of schedule lately. It's just been crazy. If you follow Pistonhead Productions on YouTube or on Instagram or any of that stuff, you can find it at Pistonhead Productions. You know just how busy I've been. But thank you again, guys, for listening. Make sure to check out the Pistonhead podcast every Wednesday. Check out the YouTube channel, new videos out Mondays and Fridays. And also check out the Patreon. There's bonus podcast episodes there every week. They can download right to your app. All it's going to cost you is $1 a month. And you get entered in our newest car building prize that is slowly gaining traction. So make sure to check all that stuff out, and we will catch you next time.